Okay, Dog Jeep, I just saw a message come up saying that the stream wasn't on the game. Has that changed now? Can you see the game? No idea where you messaged me. I'm missing everything now. It's all this. It's been an absolute nightmare. I guess you're gonna have to help me in future weeks. And yes, Hilly, yeah, so you're on the game now. Excellent. Thank you. I'm just joining the stream now myself on my phone so that I can see any comments and jokes you're having at my expense. Oh no, Elswell or Mini Devil, our lobby host tonight, has crashed out. Lost him. So early front runners then. We got Meki up in provisional pole on a 28.0. Pretty handy banker lap. Daniel K P2, Titan in P3, and Scott P4. Tip Rebel has put a lap in, but I think that's something he will improve that. Top Gotcha goes 30.5 in P5. Cole's clearly not on a lap, so who might we have? Brian. He's kind of stuck behind Tip Rebel, who isn't getting out of the way, so he must clearly be remaining on a lap, Tip Rebel. Now he's out of the way. I think if that was a toe. So Ryan crosses the line, he'd invalidated, so it's not counted. It was a 29.7, which would have put him P5. Let's go on board with Lord DA, see what he can do. Okay, those that are watching, can you just confirm that you are seeing for me, just in the chat? Seems to be some confusion. Right, runner can see everything. I guess that's the same for everyone now then. Because I can see everything on my phone. I've got it running fine. So hopefully some of the messages I'm seeing maybe just a little bit old. Yeah, thanks, Fuggish. Dude, if anybody was wondering what the issues were with Mini Devil kindly offered to run the lobby for me, it's just as seems to happen a lot recently. When people are trying to join, it was showing him as offline, and we were having a horrendous time for people who haven't been able to join, and then you'd invite someone, they come in, and then they'd get kicked out again. So it was just a bit of a nightmare, but we got there in the end. We are missing some, but I've messaged one or two and they just haven't responded, so I'm not sure where everyone is. We've got some non-attendances by the looks of it. I do know one is joining during qualifying. I've forgotten who it was. Zico, maybe? Can't remember. But one is actually saying he's going to join. But other than that, everybody should be in because, well, me and Fuggish had worked this morning to make sure we had a full grid, so we should have, at the moment, we should have 19 until the one that's joining in qualifying gets to us, so not sure what's going on. Here we go, Pro-Tubular Sam has retired. I need to find out how to say that. It's a nightmare. Protoluserum. Protoluserum 8. As we're on board with Scotty. Oh, he's backed out. Oh, he's invalidated, I see. Okay. So who else have we got at the moment? Spartan? No, he's in the pits. Well, I'm putting my phone down and I'm ignoring all the Discord stuff now. If they're not in, they're not in. So that I can get on with actually watching something. I'm still on board with Scott because I can't see that anybody else is actually on a lap, so... Oh, Daniel is. He was... No, that's... He's definitely backed out there, hasn't he? So we'll go back to Scotty. Okay, so... Nope, Scotty's plus 3 seconds in the first sector. So... What else we got? Walking Chaos. Let's go on board with Walking. Who we know is exceptionally quick, so it's definitely interesting in seeing what he can do. 27.5 in the first sector is quick. Nice looking livery. Just use the broadcast camera a bit so we can see some of the liveries that people have created. So he goes through cops and... There's cops, Coaches Maggots and Beckett's. We'll go on board, see if what sort of line. I see, so a double gear down to 6th but staying on full power. Neat way of doing it. I haven't thought of that. I don't think I'll try it for the first time in a Tier 1 qualifying note. I'll leave that to the next summer to Silverstone. So, first lap for Walking Chaos, so it may be a bit of a banker rather than flat out. I hope it's not a banker because that's 26.8. Got some provisional pole. Evan has gone, well, he had gone P2, but Brian's just put it on P2 with a 27.2 on the mediums. That's an impressive lap from Brian. Well, Brian, that lap definitely on Walking Chaos pace. If you were on softs, but you've done that on the mediums, that's an outstanding lap, as is Evans as well. Right on board with Daniel K, who's just a little bit up in the second sector. And goes into, of course, he goes into the pits. So. Who else we got? Top Gotcha. Right, Top Gotcha's definitely not going to pit, he's almost a second up. So he's heading for the low 28s as it stands, as Sideburn has crashed in sector 1, he's crashed at turn 1, and he's out of his debut qualifying session with us. What a shame, because we don't actually know his pace. Sure, we'll find out in the race. Top Gotcha now just approaching cops. Slight lift on the entrance. Sensible. As it stands right now, you don't have to do an exceptional lap to be nicely up the grid, so no need to push to the absolute max. 2 temps up at the end of sector 2. Just wondering if I think he's run out of battery. I think that's his lap. He is going to continue and go to the end. He was well up on sector 1, wasn't he? So, no, he's 2 tenths down. He was doing a much improved lap, but I think ran out of battery, and even if he'd have pitted, he wouldn't have had time to get back out. So, right on board with Coles, who's out on the mediums. Nicely through Cops. It's 104.1, which would say to me he's on target for a top 7 at the moment. So there's just the stadium parts. Nicely down into 3rd, back up to short shifts to 4th. On the power pretty nicely. Crosses the line on a 28.1 and goes P7. Nicely done. Nicely guessed by me as well, just to say that. So we're back on, yeah, gotchas unfortunately, 2.2 seconds down. Titan is 6 tenths up, okay. Not Rover Titan just yet, so he's on target at the moment for P8, but if he can squeeze a bit more out... Oh, sorry, that was the previous lap, okay. That was him coming across the line, so he's 28.8. I'm having an absolute nightmare. Titan's a 10th up at the end of the 1st sector, as we approach the end of qualifying, just a minute left. Yeah, Renault just saying, cracking lap by Chaos. It is a nice one. I'm predicting if we got everybody in Tier 1 later on, I think we may have to go quicker than that for a pole in quality, if I'm honest, in Tier 1. It's, we've got several guys in Tier 1 that are capable of doing that. But it was, without doubt, a very impressive lap. That's not big up Tier 1, by the way, it's just how it's landed, because the tiers aren't based on pace. So, it's just the way it's ended up, with the nights that people could do in that. Titan just coming into, he's a little bit wide, the first part of the stadium, and crosses the line. He does improve time, but not position, so he stays P12. Have we got anybody else remaining? I think Daniel. Still going Daniel, but he's... Okay, no, he's nearly half a second up. As it stands, that would be good enough for P8, so... He may, if he can gain a little bit through the final sector, be able to get to P7, P6. Comes across the line and goes P6. Nice lap from Daniel right at the death. And just to point out, we've got P1 Walking Chaos on the 26.8, but Evan 27.0, Spartan 27.2, Brian 27.2, Lord DA 27.3. Then there's a bit of a gap to Daniel of 4 attempts, but the top 5 all pretty close in quali. Have we got anybody left? So Scott's pitting. Titan is slightly up through sector 2. He is the last one, so let's just see. He's a little bit wide through there. Not going to help. What would he need to improve by 4 attempts to actually improve positions? So it's going to need to be one hell of a final sector. As Walking Chaos goes even faster on a 26.7. That's impressive. Yeah, Titan did back out. So I believe that is it. It's just showing that Scotty is entering the pits. I don't see any reason waiting about, although the game does this. There we go. So that's qualifying. We've got pole position for Walking Chaos on his tier debut. P2 for Evan, also tier debut. Black Spartan in P3, Brian P4, Lord DA in P5, Daniel K, Meki of Portugal in P7, Coles in P8, Samuel in P9, and here we go. Prota lose room. I'm so glad we put him in tier 2. Can we move him? Let one of the other commentators deal with that. Prota you lose room, otherwise known as Luigi actually, so I'll just use Luigi from now on. Scott P11, Titan 12, Top Gotcha P13, Sit Rebel P14, Sideburns and Mini Devil or Elswell didn't unfortunately get a time on the board and will start P15 P16. Um, that is qualifying, guys. I'm just going to take a quick break because I definitely, after the way this has gone so far, I need a coffee. So I'll be with you in 5 minutes. So we'll be going at 6:37. Right, guys, back with you. Those are just doing their setups. We'll be going soon. Just give them a chance to get the setups done. Apologies about the problems tonight. It's a mixture of Xbox. I'm having problems with Lightstream as well, which isn't helping. But we will be there soon. Um, gonna go at 50, so just 1 minute left. And, we'll finally get this race going. I don't think I'm gonna have much break between tier 2 and tier 1. So Fuggish, if you're listening, I think what we need to do is if you're able to do the lobbies for tier 2 on a Saturday, we need to perhaps arrange someone that can definitely do it with with good internet sort of through this week, so that we're ready for next week. Because there's no way I can do it and stream at the same time. It's just not possible for me. So we'll just make sure. Apparently we've got somebody who has dropped out. And they should get back in, so Fuggish is just sort that out. We'll be going. Right, so I've given the go ahead to go, and we are counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are go. So formation lap first. Come on. There we go. We are up and running. We'll call it first week. Glitches or issues or whatever. We are off on the formation lap. We appear to be missing someone. There's a couple of disqualifications. Scott and Top Gotcha. Yeah, sorry Zico, but if you're not in now, bud, there's nothing we can do. We're way behind schedule. The way it's going, Tier 1 could end up being put back slightly tonight, which I don't think's ever happened before. Positive it's never happened before, so at least not in my time. So, let's have a look. Is they all out doing a bit of weaving? Walking Chaos doing a bit of weaving. Didn't that car remind anyone else of the Benetton on the day? Back when Schumacher and Herbert were in it? Remember Johnny Herbert? What a driver he was. Great teammate, Schumacher. So, just going through Maggots and Beckett's at the front. There's the back. Oh, just having some fun on formation lap and doing some overtakes. Nothing wrong with practicing your overtakes, I suppose. Not really supposed to, but he joined us, by the way, because we're doing a restart. He got his times mixed up. He's apologised, he got his times mixed up and didn't realise he was supposed to be with us, but as we were doing a restart he managed to get in. So we're up to 17 starters for the race, which is good. It's not perfect, but it's good. You know, one of them missing is Zico, and he's had some issues getting in again. At the start there, I'm not sure who the other two are. We will have to look into that. But me and Buggy should sort that out during the week as they start lining up on the grid. Where is the last? Back guys are just starting to come up. So Elswell. So, can't see the lights, but I can hear them. 3, 4, 5. And we go. And Walking Chaos has absolutely flown off the line. We had a perfect view of that. Absolutely flown off the line. Evans moves in to keep his P2. Some changes going on down the field, but so far everything's clean. Yeah, I can't see any incidents. There's no yellow flags, nothing. I think we've managed to keep it clean, which is a great testament to the whole field. Just to go down, and that's Tip Rebel there, who's in 17th at the moment. I can't see any obvious damage, so it doesn't look like there's been any issues there. Lord DA just making up a place ahead of Daniel there. At the moment, everybody's still close together. Luigi's gone ahead of Beckett. I'm 10 Luigi. If you ever say Luigi, it's Proto Losrum 8. Because he's Mario's teammate, who unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight. So Coles is right on the back now of Mini Devil. He's gone board. As we see Coles make the move in what will be the place where we're going to see most of the moves made, I suspect, once DRS is open. Good starts there. Let's get some details up while we're waiting for things to sort themselves out a bit. That does it. We've got to track that. Excellent. So there's a couple of pitters on first lap. So Gaza and Titan have had to come in. So there has been some contact somewhere. Let's just check those tyres. So Walking Chaos is on the softs as he did qualify. On them, Evan on the mediums. Black Sparling, who's got up into third, ahead of Brian on the softs and Brian on the mediums. Only have two more actually running in the top 10 at the moment on the mediums are Luigi and Coles. So Coles standing in tonight for his team. He'll be racing again after this in Tier 1. So Lord DA is right on the back of Brian here. Even without the ARS, if we can keep it close enough, he may be able to make a move. It's just falling off the back a bit. He now gets a Beckett, so it's not going to get done this time. But this early stage is just trying to keep the gap until DRS opens up, and then the opportunities really come. Just go on board with Luigi's on the back of Samuel at the moment, who's also standing in tonight, by the way. And will be with us again, hopefully at 8 o'clock. If we have a relatively clean race, we should actually be done in plenty of time for Tier 1, so I don't think there's going to be any issues. It's just, the only problem might be is if we have several safety cars, but gotten off to a perfect start, so hopefully that won't be the case. Both guys that pitted, by the way, went on to the mediums. Nobody had an idea of maybe sticking the hards on and going to the end. The problem is, you put the hards on at this stage, you're going to be too slow. So even when people make their pit stops, you're still not going to get ahead of them. So the first penalty of the day goes to Mini Devil with 3 seconds for corner cut in. And he's lost the place as well. Sideburn in his ARC debut tonight. Got the move done, but Mini Devil's cut back. Nice livery, isn't it, that Sideburn's got there. Red and black. So just to those of you that watched Tier 3 will obviously know, but the liveries tonight are in support. Well, many are in support of Ukraine in their troubles at the moment with Russia, and some have chosen to have a library that's more to do with a cause that's close to their heart. So right on board of Lord DA. So Brian's gotten up into P3, and Lord DA's also gotten past Spartan. I assume that was under the BRS. They've both gotten past. There's a yellow in sector 3. It's already disappeared. I can't see anything obvious. Doesn't appear to be anyone stopped. I think it might have been Tip Rebel because he's fallen back off a bit. Another good library. Right on board here with Lord DA as he attacks Brian. Makes the move nicely. The only problem is the next car is 2.7 seconds up the road, so do you want to be in front here, or would you rather be in front when DRS opens? I think I know which I'd prefer. So they go side by side at Cops. Lord DA runs off the track, even though Brian kept that extremely clean. Very good racing. Further down the field, Mini Devil just got back ahead of Sideburn there. As Lord DA opens up the DRS. But Brian just ran out of tarmac there, did Lord DA, and Brian was able to defend it on this occasion. We've got a yellow in sector 2, and there is a car stopped. It's Tip Rebel. We've lost Tip Rebel, and it's brought out our first safety car. Does that class the commentator's curse? I don't think it does it? Just because I said it seemed all good at the moment. Clean. English, Trav and Dave were already covered, mate. They were the guys that left, or he was the guy that left Mercedes. So, Reaper just giving a shout out, saying great start to the season, lads. I think that's referring to the start and no issues at the start, no contacts or anything. He's also asking how long until Brian bins it. Well, he's gotten this far. He's gotten further than he normally does, Reaper, so he's doing alright. But if he knows you've said that, you're probably going to get some stick at 8 o'clock. Mario giving some support to Samuel. Poor old Mario, I think he got dragged into some family thing. Who wants that? Leave it alone. As well as just tagging some up. Right, I don't know if you guys that are watching can see this. Elswell, I would usually say naughty boy for making a comment, but I can see why he's done it. His ERS is stuck on, and it won't turn off. That is I don't know if you're using wheel or pad, Elswell, but that sounds like if you're on a wheel, it sounds like a wheel issue. Oh, it's gone off now. You've managed to sort it. Okay, bud. Don't worry about telling me that it's that it's working now. Just keep on driving, bud. Alright? Goodness knows what calls out. Perhaps you can lighten us after. Hi Alex. Alex just saying he had the same issue. What managed to fix it for you, mate? Freever saying he'd get stick off our Brian anyway, so I'm just getting in there first. I'm sure that's true. Brian does like giving you stick. I don't know, what have you done to him in the past, Reaper? You must have done something to cause this hatred. Anyway, I'm glad Elswell or Mini Devil, for you guys there watching, has managed to sort that. That can't be nice, trying to drive round corners with your ERS completely stuck open. Wonder if next year's game will have little issues like that in multiplayer. At the moment you just get it in career, don't you, where you have sort of like your DRS getting stuck open and stuff like that, or not opening at all. I wonder if they'll bring that into multiplayer. I don't know if that'd be a good thing or a bad thing. Perhaps you guys can give your views on that. I think it'd probably be a bad thing. Reaper says, what haven't I done? Just a bit of fun is all. Oh, Alex said he did DNF because of it, and he thinks it's a glitch. It's always the way, isn't it, Alex? They seem to release a patch, sort something out. Like this time, they sorted out the people joining in quali and messing up the messing up the lobby. A safety car is in this lap, so we will move to the front. Let's ride on board with Evan for the restart, so we can see Walking Chaos. Yeah, so they sorted that in a patch, which was a great thing to get sorted, as well as the safety car with people hitting each other and both getting penalties and stuff has been sorted too. But then something else always comes up. It's almost like they do it deliberately. Walking Chaos leaving it late. It's not a bad thing around here though. It can cause issues further down the field if you start really backing everyone up. So we didn't do that there, Walking Chaos. Oh, we've lost Mini Devil. No. He's down on the start-finish line. I have no idea what's happened. I can't see him. There's two guys in the pits. But that would have been well before what's happened to Elswell, so it's nothing to do with them. As we ride on board with Brian, who's right on the back of Evan, with him right on the back of Chaos. Softs will not last long around here, so you can, on a good day, you can push them out to sort of lap, well, even lap 12 maybe, but if you do push them out that long, by the end of the stint, they will not be feeling good. I had to open my mouth. I'm starting to have issues now. Coles, we've lost Coles in sector 2. Miles away from, he's going to disappear before we reach him. We've now lost Sideburns as well in Cops. So we have a second safety car. Why did I have to open my mouth earlier after the start and say what well everybody had done? Oh no. Coles was just round here on the right. He was just there, which would usually suggest that you've got on the curb coming out of there. It just pulls you round to the right, and Sideburns was just out of Cops, so he was just over there, which again probably means he just oversteered slightly. So we've got soft guys pitting now. So Scott and Samuel into the pits, Spartan into the pits. But it looks like Daniel, Lord DA and Walking Chaos all decided to carry on. Because the thing is, they're able to go into the race without taking too much, quite far into the race without taking too much out of the tyres because of the safety cars. As the safety car queue suddenly comes up on us there. Sure, I'm not the only one that will hold their hand up to catching up to a safety car, completely not seeing anything in front of me and just flying into the back of someone. I did that last season. I think it was to Fuggish actually. I think I hit Fuggish and was it Zandvoort? And I'm pretty sure I hit Fuggish so hard in the back of the car. I lost my wing, but luckily he just carried on like nothing had hit him. So, because it was absolutely tipping down with rain. So I was keeping an eye on the mini map, but I didn't see anything. And next thing I look up, there's a car in front of me. I swerved to the right to miss it, and Fuggish was on the right. So I apologised at the time. I think actually it wasn't a season race, Fuggish. I think it was a you know, just for fun race actually. It's Zandvoort that we did over the Christmas period. Ah, we got a sub from Hodder. Thank you very much, Hodder. Tit Rebel just letting us know what happens for him. He got his line all wrong, lost the back end of the car and spun into the wall. Thankfully didn't do any harm to anyone else. First race without driving assist. So yeah, it's always going to be difficult when you first turn off any assist really for your first like actual league race. It's always going to be difficult. So oh well, as well I typed in this chat as well. Is it that caused Ellswell? Is it that caused a problem over the start-finish line that made you retire? That corner is sticky in a way, but if your ERS is sorry, slippery in a way, so if your ERS is stuck on, I'd imagine you would lose it. So, oh, I missed that. Walking Chaos pitted. Didn't pit on the first safety car lap though, so he's dropped down to P12. And there are 4 guys ahead of him that have all pitted to fresh mediums and one to fresh hards as well, Samuel. So technically he is now running provisionally P4 as it stands, so he's going to have some work to do if he's going to take a win on his debut, or tier debut. His actual debut he did in pre-season and took the win by a long way, that's all I'll say. I can't remember exactly how long, it was like 15 seconds I think. Come on the Ash Boys, says English. Which one's already Ash Boys? Ash Boys. Haas Boys, English. Safety car is in this lap, so we are going to get underway. We will watch from the view of Lord DA, I think, so we can see Brian and Evan ahead of us. Chaos and Scott are the Haas Boys. So where are they at the moment? Scotty is P10, Chaos P12, but both have made their stops. Scott's the number 1 at the moment. He's ahead of Chaos. So, and why is there position changes going on? Is that Top Got to come into the pits? It is. So, Evan's still not moved. Now he goes, and he's been cool, really. Oh, Brian has just had a little wobble, getting on the power, and he's hit the Lord DA. Luckily, it's not done any damage. Brian seems super slow off the restart. Luigi around the outside of this slow corner, backs out of it sensibly, I think. But Evan has kept his place. Somebody falling down the order. Tyden has been passed by Daniel K and Walking Chaos. So Walking Chaos now on the back of his teammate. Scotty going to play the team game and let his teammate through, and he doesn't need. No reason he should. They're on the same strategy now, both on fresh mediums. It's let's move back to the front anyway, because Lord DA, they go through Maggots and Beckett's. As Spartan picks up 3 seconds, multiple warnings. Turn the spectator menu off. How do I do that? Oh, like that. There you go. Cheers, Brycey. But yellows in sector 2 and 3. It's at Maggots and Beckett's. Is it Scott? I think it was. It was Scott at Maggots and Beckett's. He's had a spin. What a shame for the houseman. Okay, so I was just getting my string back because I'd lost you guys for a moment there. Ah, sideburns. I see you on. Tried to catch the spin and it snaps the other way. Stupid game. That's what I always say, stupid game. Skaza picks up 3 seconds, so Lord DA is just falling off the back of Evan now. And I think that is the sign that those softs are starting to disappear on him. Skaza's on the back of Meki, going on to the DRS straight. No DRS yet, of course, be next lap. Acts of fates, but can he do it with the power, with the energy? Let's go to the inside, but Meki defends it. Wow, did they touch there? That was close, mighty close. They just avoided. Nice battling, guys. Oh, and who's taking advantage of that? That's Walking Chaos. What a move. What a move from Walking Chaos. Gaza has made the move. Oh, and they've had contact and they've both spun. That's Gaza and Meki have had contact into turn 1 and they've both spun. I believe both are still going. Don't think they may have gotten away with no damage there. It seemed like the biggest of touches to spin them both round, did it? I suppose it's a high-speed corner though, so any sort of touch will do it. Oh, Team Ferrari, says Catney. Keep it lit, Evan. Yep. Mario's teammates on for a podium. Luigi in P3 at the moment. Still calling Luigi. I'm not gonna. I'll still be getting that name wrong at the end of the at the end of the season, so I'm not going to even try and learn it. There's no point. It's Brian and they're battling. We'll stick with this view so we can see all 3 cars. So this is Brian, Luigi, and Lord DA. One thing this is doing, the 3 of them battling like this, is Walking Chaos is right on the back of them as he sets the fastest lap of the race. So 29.2 on mediums at this point of the race is pretty impressive. Let's go on board then with Lord DA. Just gets a bit of contact from Brian. So DRS, Gotcha picks up 3 seconds. The only thing Mario not going Luigi's way at the moment is he's the only one in the top 5 with a penalty. And he also has to pit. But saying that, the top 4 all have to pit, which means Walking Chaos is back to looking great again for the win. Yeah, English saying top 4 need a safety car, otherwise Chaos is just running away with it due to stops. I completely agree. It certainly looks like that. Looks that way as Samuel picks up 3 seconds, and so does Lord DA. So he now has penalty, and we've got a virtual safety car. Top Gotcha is going very slow. I think he's had a little moment off the track. It's that part, if you catch the inside curve that it spins you around, I suspect that's probably what's happened. So the front guys are going to be able to pit under the virtual safety car. As I learned in a league race last night, to my expense, be very careful when exiting the pits, because it's very easy to pick up a drive-through if it decides to stop just as you're exiting or accelerating. So English spoke, and the game gave, okay, a virtual, but it's, you know, it's the game whisperer. Lots of people pitting. So as it stands, Black Spartan has taken the lead. Oh, Walking Chaos pitted then. He's gone to softs. That surprises me. It only been it surprised me because it was a VRC. Sorry, VSC even. If it was a full safety car, I could understand it, but I'm a bit surprised. English saying, yeah, Chaos pitted. You know, same mate. On a full safety car, I can understand it, bud, but not. I don't get it on a VSC, but. And he's now got to do 13 laps on softs, which he will be able to do. There's no doubt about it. He'll get into the end, but they'll be feeling pretty miserable by the end of it. So, have we got any close ones at the moment? I mean, still this battle between Luigi, Lord DA, and Walking Chaos. Where did Brian come out? He's come out in P10. He's also gone on softs as well. Oh yeah, he started on the mediums, didn't he? So, Walking Chaos makes the move on Lord DA and makes it cleanly. Nice driving from the pair of them. And now, see, now becomes a problem because despite Walking Chaos' pace, he's now in that situation where he's got a group of cars ahead of him. So he's got Luigi next. The time penalties coming up all over the place. We'll have a look at the penalties in a second. It's got Luigi next, then Gaza. Gaza on 12-lap-old mediums. You know, might have thought he'd have over into the pits on that VSC himself, but decided not to. So Chaos has gone past Gaza. So Luigi next. The only thing for Chaos then is the next guy up the road is Evan, who's on fresh softs, the same as him, and it's going to be. We've seen clearly already that Evan's got some good pace as well, so it'll be interesting to see if we can catch him as he picks up DRS and makes the move on the outside of Luigi this time. I think Luigi's just going to have to give that one up. It's not worth fighting that and risking, especially with the art point system. 6th place is very nice scoring points, and there's still plenty of time for him to get further up if he just follows Chaos. Maybe takes advantage of the DRS that you keep if you can stay within a second. So I'm going to say right now the gap to Evan is 2.5, so 2.5 seconds. We will see if we can make any inroads into that. We've just gone on board with Brian, who's caught up to the back of Scott. So Brian makes the move and he makes it stick. Where are we? We break the second to Scott before the DRS. So Scott on 7 lap hold mediums. Brian 1 lap hold softs. At the moment Luigi is keeping within that 1 second gap, and Chaos has taken half a second out of Evan so far. Evan perhaps not catching the guys in front as quick as you might think. It's 3.5 seconds. Oh, Titan's in the pits from P3. Titan in, looking down the field, it could well go right the way to the back of the remaining runners. Because the pit stop around here is so long. And Samuel, we've lost Samuel. He's just, it's another incident at Cops, and it's a safety car. Oh, Titan will be thinking, why couldn't I have just left it another lap? So it was just, you could just see in the background the little speck of his car. Oh dear, that was what Samuel said was going to happen. Reaper, if you're listening, bud, I've just seen the message in our chat, and yeah, that's all cool. So, safety car, who's going to pit? Well, Gaza needs to pit. He can't stay out on those 14 laps old mediums. I suggest Scott needs to think about it as well. If Scott pits, he can get out ahead. Top gotcha. Oh, he's in the pits himself. So, fresh set of softs on. So this is the moment everybody has switched to softs. That's what you would think in a way. The top two have come in. Daniel and Spartan both come in. They'll be sticking some softs on. Evan continues on, as does Walking Chaos. So they will take P1 and P2. Just looking. Where is everyone? So, oh, there's Spartan, right? Okay, so he's exiting the pits. Everyone behind's pitted, so he's actually going to get out in P4. This safety car has massively hurt Titan, who pitted just before it came out. He's just gotten back up to P6, so it's not too bad. And that's some great points on offer for him and his team in the first race, without doubt. But it wasn't a great time for it to come out for him. He was running P3 when he pitted. It could have been worse, I suppose. So, the top three right now on 3 lap old softs. Evan, Chaos and Luigi is our current podium sitters. Okay, asking to see pens, I will bring that up right now. I was going to go to that in a way. Yeah, there we go guys, we've got 3 seconds for Chaos. Luigi's got 8 seconds, which means he could have pitted and spent 5 of those in the pits. Maybe not best to, hard to say. 6 seconds for Spartan, 3 for Daniel K, 3 for Gaza, Lord DA and Brian, 6 for Scott, and then 3 again for Meki and Top Gotcha. So only 2 drivers penalty free out of the ones that are left are Evan and Titan. Everybody else has penalties. So you've got to say Evan's in a great place at the moment, being penalty free, you'd think. As long as he keeps it heading in the right direction, should be fine. Sorry, Katney, I didn't see your message straight up. My phone keeps going back to its lock screen, and I keep turning it back on again. It's annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't normally do that. So, safety car. We are going round for another lap. So what do you think, guys? Who do you think is going to come out on top now then? Bearing in mind that Evan doesn't have any penalties. They're on the same lap tyres. Do you think Chaos will still make it work? Make it happen? So English just saying Brian and Luigi could pit and serve penalty now. Brian can't. He's on 3 seconds, so that won't work. Luigi, you're right, could serve 5 seconds of the 8. He would drop to P11, but I think you're fine. The safety car will come in this lap. Top Gotcha's the man at the back, but he's stuck in the middle of. Well, in fact, he's stuck behind P1, so he's in between Evan and Chaos. He's gonna have Let's get out of the way. No English. No, that's so not right. Oh, Brian already pitted for his pen, did he? Alright. Smart ass. That's the other thing I think we'd like to see on next year's game, or this year's game I suppose. Possibility that they may let lap cars past? Or would it simply cause too many issues? It'd be great if they could find a way of it not causing issues and get it to work. But, it's difficult. Shadow? No, nobody should be in AI. Not even under safety car. Just running down the order. I think generally in the rules, if you just literally nip into AI, perhaps your hands are a bit sweaty and you just want to wipe your hands, I think we generally would allow that if it's just a quick second or two. But you cannot just run behind the safety car for prolonged periods of times, or in AI at any stage for prolonged periods of times. As we go, and Top Gotcha gets out of the way. I thought you'd have had to have waited for the line before getting out of the way. Something wrong on that? Not sure. But Evan has absolutely flown away as Luigi attacks Chaos. Oh, they touch wheels a little bit on the exit. No DRS, of course. Can he get it from using the toe? Just forcing wide a little bit, but within the track limits, so all fair as in love and more. And Luigi makes the move, stick. Oh, and we're going to go side by side at Cops. Luigi says, yeah, I'm not going to give up a decent finishing position just to run side by side with you at Cops. And pretty much just gave the place back. So these guys are battling hard. The other position changes. Gaz has gotten ahead of Titan. But Titan's the other driver that's running penalty free as Luigi picks up a further 3 seconds. Penalties are really going to hurt him come the end. May have invalidated there as well. I've got track limits, you know. So I'm just going to move a second. Let's have a look at Daniel K. I know it's always tempting to run with the top, you know, the guys at the front all the time, but it's nice if we can get a view of some of the other drivers as well. And so this is Daniel K, who's on the back of Spartan. Also has 3 seconds less than Spartan. So as it stands right now, looks like to me like Daniel K and Gaza could well move up to a podium position, potentially. Well, one of them would, so Daniel could move up to a podium. Shadow saw about a quarter of a lap. I must admit, mate, I'm stuck here because we've had a few safety cars. I'm stuck here absolutely dying for the loot. So I can't imagine if it was only a quarter of a lap they managed to get off and do that. So anyway, Luigi try to do something. DRS is now enabled. So now is going to be the time Luigi's going to be able to do something about this, as so many down the field. So just to say, from Walking Chaos in P2 down to Titan in P7, 1.42, recovered by just over 3 seconds. Very, very close. That's why Titan could be... Titan at the moment is in for a podium if he sticks to the back. Seconds for Gaza, so again that's just playing into Tyson's hands even more. Sorry if you heard any ruffling then, I got my wire stuck around my headset to unravel myself. So as Lord DA gets ahead of Brian. Battling, all clean by the looks of it. Ryan's coming back though. It's on the approach to Cops. Oh, a little touch there. We heard the contact there. It just affected Brian a little bit, and Lord DA ran wide. Spartan picks up 3 seconds. Oh look, I've cursed Titan, haven't I? Cursed Titan. He's picked up 3 seconds. Sorry, Titan. Commentator's cursed on you, bud. Oh, still battling. A little bit of contact again. Right, just edging in front. He's going to look at the outside into the stadium. It's onto the main straight, and he's got the move done back. Looks like those guys two could be fighting to the end. Front lot just starting to space out a bit now. So there's 3.4 between Evan and Walking Chaos, but then 1.4 to, or 1.5 now to Luigi. As I said, that 14 seconds now for Luigi is going to hurt. We'll see just how much when they all cross the line, but it's helping him that there are some people starting to spread out as we go down and see Meki take the position off of Scott and moves into P8. And they've got the same penalties, so that is a genuine overtake for all position. For DA and Brian again, fighting through Maggots and Beckett's. Yeah, it is great, clean racing, Reaper. Love it. There's been a few little batches of wheels, but that's bound to happen, isn't it? It's not as if they've been taking each other out. Just little touches here and there. Great racing. Just looking up field a little bit. Gaza was right on the back of Daniel Cage, just falling back a little bit. If we can have a better Maggots and Beckett's and pick up the DRS. Did get a bit closer. Picks up the DRS, opens it up. He's on the power, but he hasn't got any energy. Now at 0%. He's going to run out of tarmac. Daniel will hold on to that one. Again, this is for genuine position. They're both on 6 seconds. Yeah, I was just going to have a look at the tyres, but let's not stick with the penalties so we can keep an eye on it. I'd just say, guys, that we're currently up to 31 viewers, which is absolutely fantastic, so thank you to all of you for tuning in to us and sticking with us after a few issues at the start, but we got through and it's been a good race in the end. So can Gaza stay close enough this time through Ops, then Maggots and Beckett's, and seem to have gone through cops a bit quicker. Looks like they're catching Spartan in front of them as well. But again, Gaza's just not got any energy. They have a little touch, but all good. And they'll be going on to the final lap as Evan crosses the line to move on to the final lap now. Walker Chaos, by the way, has picked up a further 3 seconds and he's now up to 6. But because of the gaps behind and the other penalties, I don't think that's going to affect his final position. Let's go to Scott. He's a bit closer on the back of Meki than Gaza is on Daniel, so... I'll use this DRS zone just to close the gap right on the gearbox. Easy, staying pretty close. I'm keeping an eye on the other battle as well. But, well, Gaz is actually falling right the way back. He's at 1.5 seconds now, all of a sudden, off of Daniel. So I think maybe he's run wide somewhere. So we'll stick with these guys, and then we'll switch to Evan to come over the line. Opens up DRS. Bit of energy, but not much. It's going to go to the outside. Late breaker from Meki was nice, but it's given Scott the run out of the corner. Okay, so Evan has crossed the line and won the first Tier 2 race of the season. Here at Silverstone, Walking Chaos comes across the line P2. Guys, just to show what's just happened there, did you all notice the game's just suddenly given Walking Chaos a 20-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags? He'd already crossed the line. I think that's got to be removed. So we've got it on stream in a way, we can see that. So if we assume that Walking Chaos is P2, then Daniel's P3, Spartan in P4, Gaza P5, Titan 6, Luigi in the end then dropped down to P7 due to the penalties. Scott P8, Meki P9. Oh, it's getting confusing now. Brian P10, Lord DA P11, and Top Gotcha P12. So they come across the line. We had some issues at the start, guys. I think it was a good race. Few safety cars, but they weren't because they were, you know, just people. So onto the podium. Walking Chaos isn't there, even though he should be. And Champagne is flying. So there is our winners. I think the game, I didn't see it come up, but I think the game will driver of the day to Gaza from 17th on the grid after joining late to so it'd be P5 once Kelsey's 20 seconds is taken off. I'm sure it will be. So yeah, I'm actually thinking it's giving him 40 seconds chaos. We'll sort that out in a way. Okay, so for driver of the day, for commentators driver of the day, I think I'm gonna. Oh, it's hard because I think Evan drove a great race, but yeah, I am actually. I'm gonna go with Evan for the win in the first race of the season. He's the winner, driver of the day. Just kept it massively clean. He was the only one left on the track that didn't have a penalty, so I think he deserves it. Great drive, Evan. But congratulations to yourself and Daniel K. Black Spartan and Walking Chaos, of course, for the podiums, and all the guys that finished and picked up your first points for the season. So, which is fantastic. So all the guys watching, thank you ever so much. We were up to, I saw 31 was the highest I saw. It might have gone up a bit higher than that, and I just didn't see it. But thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. We've got Tier 1 will be up at after finishing, and I will be in a car then, so I'll see you out on track. But thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next week for the second race of the season. Thank you, and goodbye.